Hello, Amelia. Are you at home right now? I'm outside your door and I want to talk to you. I have work today, so I'm not home. What's the matter? Did something happen? So you're not home then? I guess I'll just go inside for a little while then. Maybe I'll find something interesting to do. Wait, what? You're at my house? I don't really want you coming inside when none of us are home. It's not very polite or respectful. Why do you even need to go inside my house? Tell me the reason. There isn't really a reason. I'm bored and have some free time. I thought I would visit my son and his wife to see how they're doing. But since you're not home, I'll just look around and see what you've been up to. Why did you come to my house if you had no reason? Please leave right away. You can't just barge into our house without our permission. It's very rude and intrusive. I can't believe that you're talking to me like this. You really need to be showing more respect to me. I'm your mother-in-law, after all. You need to be more kind to me and let me do what I want. I'm sorry if I offended you, as I didn't mean to upset you. It's just that our house isn't always clean and ready for visitors to come. It would be nice if you could contact me in advance whenever you're planning to come over. I don't mind you coming inside if me and Kaden are home. I just don't want you going inside when nobody's there. I can't believe that you're telling me what to do. Why do I have to get permission from you to enter my son's house? I think that you're being a little too arrogant recently. Did your parents never teach you to respect your elders? I'm not trying to disrespect you at all. I just don't feel very comfortable with letting people inside my house when I'm not home. I'm going to be done with work in around 2 hours' time. Would you be able to come back later after I got home? Why do I have to come back later? I'm already here. I still don't really want you entering our house. It's okay. You don't need to worry about it at all. I'm going to be gone before you even come home. You won't even know I was here in the first place. What are you planning to do there then? Did you not come to visit me and Kaden? Neither of us are home right now. Would you please tell me what you're doing there? You keep on coming over recently. I would like to know the reason why. I thought that I told you the reason already. I'm here because I'm bored and have some free time. It's very disappointing that your memory is just as bad as your personality. You should try to remember what people say to you. I do remember you saying that I asked you for an explanation, and you haven't given me one yet. Being bored isn't a good enough reason for you to come over to our house. Nobody is home, and there is nothing for you to do there. Actually, I have plenty of things to do at your house. You don't need to worry about trying to entertain me. Oh yeah, I just remembered. There was some money lying around on that table. I'm going to take it all with me. You shouldn't leave money lying around like that. Wait, what? Are you taking my money again? This has happened so many times recently. I think that there's something seriously wrong with you. You're sneaking into my house without my permission and stealing my money. I know that you're my mother-in-law, but this is unacceptable. I can't believe this. You're over-exaggerating things again. You're making it sound like I committed a crime or something. You really are a terrible daughter-in-law, aren't you? I really wish that Kaden would have married a nicer woman. I'm doing you guys a favor by looking after your money. Imagine what would have happened if a thief walked into this house right now. They would take this money straight away. You shouldn't leave money lying around like this. I think you're no different to a thief. The money disappears from my table either way. You also need to think about James. He's my precious grandchild. What if he accidentally swallows one of these coins? Leaving the money lying around like this is a safety hazard. I'm looking after all this money for your sake. You should be grateful for me. So you're looking after all that money, right? Thank you so much. Would I be able to have it back when I finish with work then? I can stop by your house on my way home. I'd also like all the other money back that you're looking after for me. I really can't believe it. I was doing you a favor by looking after the money, and now you're trying to steal it all from me? I'm really sorry, but what you're saying isn't making any sense at all. If it's my money, surely there's no problem with me asking for it back from you. You really are the worst kind of person. I can't believe you would try to steal money from an elder like me. Don't you feel bad about doing this at all? This is almost abuse, you know. Is your brain really okay? I don't think it's functioning properly. I'm sorry, but I want to be asking you that. You took all that money from our house, right? You just told me that you were looking after the money for us. That means that money is still mine. I don't remember saying anything like that at all. Would you please stop making up lies like this? You literally just told me that 5 minutes ago. How do you not remember? Scroll up. I really don't like having conversations with you. All your money is my money anyway. You're my daughter-in-law, after all. You can't just take my money because I'm your daughter-in-law. That's not how it works. Oh yeah, there was something else I needed to tell you. What is it this time? I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of money you've managed to save up. I guess the company you work at pays you pretty well. You've been working there for 10 years now, so I guess you got some promotions. Wait, what? I'm still surprised, actually. How does a woman like you manage to save up that much? I really don't understand what you're talking about. Did you take a look at the balance in my bank account? Now that I think about it, I might have been logged into my online banking account on the computer. Well, that doesn't really matter right now, does it? I guess you must work very hard for your company, even though you have a terrible personality. What are you trying to say? I would be very grateful if you could stop entering my house when I'm not home. I don't think I trust you enough, especially after today. It's not like we live together or anything. I would love to have some privacy. I'm going to have to ask for the spare key back. I can't trust you with it anymore. Please return it. How could you say that to me? I'm your mother-in-law. You should be embarrassed of yourself. I am definitely not going to give this key back to you. I really like spending time at your house. You are an abysmal daughter-in-law. I hope that Kaden divorces you right this moment. That's it. I've had enough of you. I am not going to waste my time arguing with you anymore. I'm just going to have to ask Kaden to talk to you about this. You're such a terrible wife. How could you ask Kaden to waste his precious time on a matter like this? He doesn't have time dealing with your stupid problems. I really don't understand why he chose to marry a woman like you. I'm sorry, but I'm not responding to you anymore. I think he's going to be contacting you later today. Kaden, I think your mom went into our house without permission again. She's stolen the money we put aside for our living expenses this month. I thought I told you to stop leaving our money on the table.
Wait, what? She came over again and stole our money again? I'm really sorry. I didn't think she would come back again. I was meant to move it this morning, but I totally forgot. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Just make sure that it doesn't happen again. It's not like it's a small amount of change, you know? I also want to talk to your mom about not entering our house without our permission. Could you clearly tell her that she's no longer welcome to come over when she wants to? I only want her coming over when I invite her over, or when she tells me that she's coming in advance.
I've tried to tell her many times before she starts crying and talks about how lonely she is whenever I try to tell her.
How is she lonely? I thought that she lives with her sister and her family right now. She was also the one that decided to live apart from her husband, right? I think she's faking it all just so that she can keep coming inside our house. I just don't see why she needs to come over to our house so often.
It's exactly as you say. I'll try to tell her properly this time around.
She even logged into my computer and took a look inside my online bank account today. She suddenly started talking about my savings and my job. I really think she took things too far this time. It's a breach of my privacy.
Wait, what? She took a look inside your bank account?
Yeah, my bank account. Can you believe it? She logged into my computer without my permission.
Yeah, that's definitely taking things too far. I think we're going to have to ban her from coming over completely. She's going to try to take advantage of us if things keep progressing like this. I'll talk to her about this myself.
Please talk to her about this right away. I don't think I can take this for much longer. I'm guessing this is all your fault. You were the one that told Caden to do this. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're trying to say. He told me that he wants me to give back the spare key to your house. You're the one behind this, right? I know that this is the kind of thing that you would do. I thought that I'd told this to you directly the other day. I only asked Caden to tell you as well because I knew that you wouldn't listen to me at all. We're only going to allow you to come over when one of us is home. You wouldn't want us to have to blame you for anything, right? I have no idea what you're talking about. It's wrong for you to even think about blaming me for something in the first place. I've already taken care of everything. What are you talking about? What is there to take care of? This is all happening because of you. I wouldn't have had to do this if you didn't do this to me. You really shouldn't have been so arrogant towards me. You're going to regret this very much. Welcome to hell. Hell? I really don't understand. Tell me what you did. I have no obligation to tell you anything. I won't be stepping foot into your house ever again, so you don't need to worry anymore. I'm finally going to be able to live by myself. I was getting tired of having to live with my daughter and her family. Live by yourself? How do you plan on doing that? You don't have a savings or a source of income. I transferred $200,000 from your bank account into my account. You had so much more savings than I thought, so I decided to buy a house with it. I'll give you all that if it makes you happy. Wait, what? You're not mad at me? Did you already purchase the house? Yeah, of course I did. I found a really nice place and decided to buy it on the spot. I'm planning to purchase it with your savings. We're basically family, so we should be able to use each other's money freely. I'm really grateful for you doing this for me. This is the first time you've been useful to me. How did you go about purchasing the house? I had a little money that my husband left for me when he passed away. The rest of the money I had to borrow. It's okay though. I know that I can pay back the money I borrowed with your savings. I'm just waiting on the bank transfer to go through right now. We're in the countryside, so I can buy a pretty nice house for $200,000. I'm sorry to say this, but the transfer is never going to go through. I have to authenticate any transactions that are done on my online bank account. I realized what you were trying to do on the day you sneaked into our house. I received a notification on my phone asking if I really wanted to transfer $200,000 to an unknown bank account. I disabled the transfer request and called my bank straight away, just to be sure. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you just said. Phone authentication? I'm pretty sure I sent $200,000 to my bank account. I can't believe that you would really try to steal that much money from me. I'm glad that I turned on some extra security measures just in case. What? Security measures? Does that mean the money I sent isn't going to arrive in my bank account? Unfortunately, nothing is going to appear in your bank account from mine. Did you really think it would be that easy to transfer $200,000? I even have a max transfer amount set at $10,000. Even if the transaction went through, you would have only received $10,000. That's still a lot of money though. I'm glad I managed to stop the transaction completely. You're kidding, right? How could you do this to me? What's happened to my $200,000? It's sitting right here in my bank account. My $200,000. There's no way you're ever going to be able to get anywhere near my money ever again. I also have no idea why you thought it would be okay for you to take my money in the first place. Just because you're my mother-in-law, it doesn't give you the right to take all my money. I think there's something seriously wrong with you. There would have been some serious consequences if you had taken my money. You piece of trash! You're such a terrible woman! How could you do this to me? Give me back all my money! That's what I should be saying to you! You've stolen money from our house countless times. It's a lot of money if we add it all up. What am I supposed to do now? I've already purchased my new house. I chose this house that was worth $200,000 because I saw the amount saved up in your bank account. Why did you have to stop the bank transfer that I made? I need the $200,000 in my account so I can pay back all the money that I borrowed to buy the house. I don't have any obligation to provide you with the money to buy a new house. I thought Caden made this clear enough to you. If you cause us any more trouble, we're going to have to cut ties with you completely. He might have said something like that to me a few days ago, but I know he doesn't really mean it. There's no way Caden would make threats like that to me. I'm his mother and he loves me. You're the one that's doing everything wrong. My plan would have been so successful if it weren't for you. Caden is very serious about cutting ties with you. Wait, he's serious? There's no way that he would abandon me. I also heard that you split up with your husband because you spent so much money. Caden's sister moved in with you because she was worried about your spending habits. Why did you have to go out of your way to buy a new house? You already had a place to live and people to look after you. It's because my daughter doesn't give me any pocket money. She only gives me a tiny amount every month. What the hell am I meant to buy with such a tiny amount of money? I thought that I would have much more freedom if I lived alone in the countryside. You guys would all be worried for me and would send me financial support, right? That's just a very ridiculous way to think in the first place. Your daughter was being very kind moving in with you. You should have been grateful for that because we're no longer going to support you at all. What do you mean by that? Both me and Caden are tired of you and all the drama that you cause. Trying to steal my entire savings is a crime. We could report you to the police for this. Stop exaggerating things. We're all family, right? I have every right to use your money. That's where you're wrong. You don't have any right to use my savings. Just because we're family, it doesn't give you the right to commit crimes. We're going to be complete strangers to each other from now on. Please don't bother us ever again. What do you even mean by that? It means both me and Caden are going to cut all ties with you. Look, if you're still not understanding me, maybe there are other issues. There's no way Caden would allow that to happen. I'm his mother. He's my sweet little boy. You should be the ones we cut ties with. Actually, he's sitting next to me right now reading all these texts. He just told me that he's going to block your number. You're not serious, are you? I think that he's had enough of you as well. You've caused us both enough trouble and stress already. Is my boy Caden really going to cut ties with me? Yeah, he seems pretty sure about it. He actually got a job offer from Washington recently. We're going to use this as an opportunity to move to Washington as a family and start a new life over there. It's pretty far from here, so you're not going to be able to see us anymore either. I know that you're the one that convinced him to move away from here. You're such an evil woman. Also, what's going to happen to me? How am I meant to pay for the house that I just bought? You're going to have to find a source of income and gradually pay back all the money that you borrowed. I would try to pay it back fast before the interest rates get too high. I have no idea if you're going to be able to find a job that pays that well, though. Not many companies are going to be willing to employ a grandma like you. I only borrowed the money because I thought I was going to get $200,000 from you. I've used up all the money that I had saved up for the house. What am I meant to do with my life from now on? Who knows? That's for you to figure out. Your daughter just texted Caden saying that she can no longer look after you. It looks like everyone's had enough of you, and they're all giving up. I can't believe everyone is abandoning me like this. Looks like you're going to have to work very hard by yourself for the remainder of your lonely life. Wait, don't abandon me like this. Surely my lovely grandchild, James, is going to want to see me. A child should grow up with his grandma in his life. Let's try to talk this out and solve everything. I want both of us to be happy. How about you and Caden move in with me? The house I bought is really nice. You're just going to ask us to pay back all the money that you borrowed to buy the house? It's so obvious you only ever think about yourself. We've already decided that we're going to cut ties with you. We're not changing our minds. Good luck finding a job. You're going to have to work even harder than me now. Veronica refused to give up on me and Caden, even after we severed our ties with her. She constantly sent us messages and calls, begging for forgiveness and another chance. But we had enough of her lies and manipulations. We blocked her number and deleted her from our lives. She also lost the support of her daughter, who kicked her out of her house. Veronica had no place to go, except for the house she bought with the money she stole from us. She realized she made a huge mistake and tried to cancel the purchase. But it was too late. The contract was signed and the money was gone. She had to move into a huge mansion by herself, in a remote area far from the city. She had no friends, no family, no love. She only had a massive debt that she could not afford to pay. She had to find a job after nearly 20 years of retirement. She was old and unskilled, and no one wanted to hire her. She finally realized the gravity of her mistakes, but there was no way to undo them. She faced a long and hard struggle to pay off her debts, with no hope of happiness or freedom. Who knows when she would be free again, or if she ever will?